Hello everyone, my name is Hugh Tran and it's my pleasure to be a representative of glucagon-like peptide GLP-1 today. I'm going to share with you the history, the biochemistry and physiology of GLP-1 and you will see what potential it can bring to the table. Let's talk about how GLP-1 was discovered. In 1906, Moore did the experiment in which he gave his diabetes patient gut extract containing a hormone that he believed would regulate the endocrine pancreas and observed that there was a reduction in lichouria. In 1929, the glucose-lowering element from the gut extract was purified successfully and is named inretin. However, inretin was forgotten in the next 3 decades until the discovery of radioimmunoassay to measure insulin in 1960s. Many studies after that were done and showed that oral glucose resulted in 3 times more insulin production compared to the intravenous insulin administration, and they called this the inretin effect. 10 years later, the first inretin GIP were identified, and 10 years after that, GLP-1 were confirmed. Next, let's look at the profile of GLP-1. So GLP-1 comes from the expression of the pre-proglucagon gene, which is translated to proglucagon and then is cut in the following site, including alpha cells in the intestine, alpha cells in the pancreas, and also in the brain. Different enzymes will cut the parent protein to different products depending on the location. And as you can see in the photo, because glucagon and GLP-1 come from the same parents, GLP-1 is so-called glucagon-like peptide. It is a 30 amino acids peptide hormone with a free N-terminal histine marked number 7 and a C-terminal lysine. Both of the ends contribute to the insulinotropic effect, especially the histine 7. If histine 7 is removed, GLP-1 cannot initiate its activity. Upon secretion, GLP-1 is easily destroyed by the DPP4 at the position number 2 alanine, making a short half-life, about 1 to 2 minutes only. And even worse, only 10% of activated GLP-1 can go to the bloodstream. However, the fun part is here, GLP-1 receptor. When the GLP-1 can find its receptor in the target organ, it will show its potential effect. One of the widely studied mechanisms is its intracellular signaling in the beta cells. The binding of the GLP-1 to its receptor causes elevation of the CAMP and protein kinase A, making ATP-sensitive potassium channel to close, and then membrane depolarization. Calcium will go into the cell and trigger the release of insulin via exocytosis. GLP-1 receptors are expressed in almost all organ systems, not only in the gut or pancreas, but also in the brain, lungs, heart, kidneys, blood vessels, bone, and skin. The binding of GLP-1 to its receptor pathways are slightly different depends on the target site. First, let's talk about the action that is famous for, glycemia. So food is the main stimulus of GLP-1. Upon eating, GLP-1 is released, making the beta cell to produce insulin in a glucose-dependent manner to prevent hypoglycemia. The alpha cell to reduce the production of glucagon in the pancreas and also the production of the glucose in the liver. The muscle and adipocyte cell will increase their glucose uptake. The stomach will decrease gastric motility and the brain will improve satiety. Altogether, blood glucose level will decrease and be under control. Cardioprotection profile. GLP-1 receptors are expressed in the kidney, causing vasodilation of the afferent vessel and secretion of the sodium in the urine, lowering blood pressure. Many studies also indicated that GLP-1 agonists increase myocardial contractility, reduce triglycerides and total cholesterol levels. Expression of GLP-1 receptors are also found in areas of the brain that regulate appetite and food consumption, which is why it helps with weight loss and indirectly improve glycemia and cardiovascular health as well. Is it an issue if we have too much GLP-1? We haven't had any case about it. But how about too little? It's not a hard guess. There would be a risk of obesity and its complication. The prevalence of diabetes and obesity has been increasing in the past decades and even more in the subsequent years to come. GLP-1 does and will play a key role in managing this condition in the future. In conclusion, GLP-1 can help with glycemic control, weight loss, and cardiovascular protection. Keep GLP-1 in the balloon. Don't be like DPP4. Thank you.